Told you I'm shining, had to break through. Plan perfect timing, giving no hands. Nigga, go get it. Radix the ruler, can't fuck with them peasants. Want to win pleasant, envy the essence. Fuck about you, more about me. I come from the land that forgotten. That league of the shadows, my city like Gotham. But now I'm the man, you gon' hear this often. Stacking these gems, the boy ain't no option. All black like he gothic, but yet he still blossom. Desire to conquer, ain't nothing gon' stop him. Damn, I'm so awesome. Now they all flocking, but they ain't care. My close homie died, fell suicide. And my dad's crack pipe was rocking. They see mama often, but fuck it, I'm off it. Created that funk, almost went diabolic. Then broke down myself, I was brutally honest. Then studied the hidden rebirth to a prophet. I want my worth, for you see mayhem. You screaming mayday, fuck what they say, hey. I want my payday, me off and Team Rocket. Now who would've thought that it used to be lit, now the gems in my pocket. I used to be stressing, now racking up blessings. Kept manifesting, they stopped self-investing.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We're doing another live stream because it's been a minute and I like to talk to y'all. I've had a lot of people asking me to come back on here and do the live streams because there's a lot of questions right now that Heat fans have, whether it's how our season is going and the perpetual ups and downs. And I know 2 post games ago, I was super dejected, and last game I was screaming, and I'm sure after the next game versus the Hornets or the Pelicans, it'll probably be another down video. But why is that? Why is this team constantly going above 500 and back to 500? What is the outlook this season? What are we going to do with Jimmy Butler? How did Tyler Herro get so amazing? Is De'Aaron Fox on the way? I don't know. Those are just a few of the topics that we're going to go ahead and talk about today. First, I want to quickly do a sound check, so let me listen to myself right here to make sure I sound good. Okay, I sound good. I wanted to check on the phone real quick because last few streams I had, I feel like people either said I was either too high or too low. So please, 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 if you are watching this stream, let me know in the comments if you think my audio is bad at any point during the stream. Appreciate all y'all comments. Make sure y'all, Heat Culture said, how do y'all not get this team? How can we? We've seen this core get their ass kicked in the first round twice, and we've seen them make the NBA Finals twice. So I could see them finishing anywhere in between. But how y'all doing, man? What's up, Choco Flacco? What's up, Heat Culture? What's up, Animated Planet? CJ Castillo, I see you. I appreciate the love. Van Lee, my boy. Good night, bro. Does that mean that you like saying, yo, what's up? Like, good morning, how you doing? Good night, you know, because it's night, or good night as in goodbye? I don't know. I've never really heard good night as an introduction. But drop some of y'all questions down below. Let me make a little banner down here. I got a few ones already down here. Let's see what we got here. Let's talk Heat fans. Please like the stream and subscribe. We'll do this. Drop your questions in the comments, Heat, NBA, or anything else related. Yeah, why not? I kind of plan on doing a stream today, maybe for like an hour. It's 9 o'clock when I started this. We'll probably go to 10 o'clock. And then I might record another video after this that I can upload tomorrow because we are going out for New Year's. We're going to, y'all ever heard of Pop Stroke? I'm in Fort Myers now. I know they got that on the West Coast over here. But apparently it's like a mini golf thing. Apparently it's owned by Tiger Woods. And they're doing like fireworks and stuff, I guess. I don't know. So I won't be home for New Year's Eve. So I want to make sure I get a video out to y'all either way. Because the growth of this channel has been really good when I'm trying to do daily uploads, I guess. Certainly not trying to force any content out because there's a lot of content creators that say that they prefer quality over quantity, but then they upload a bunch of terrible videos every day. I don't get it. I try to put a lot of work and effort into my videos. But yeah, that being said, we'll go for like an hour today, so make sure y'all drop any questions down below. Let's see what we got here. Skipper54, I see you. Let's go ahead and get to our first question here by my guy, Andrew Chef. How you doing today, bro? He said, what are the pros and cons of letting Jimmy walk in terms of trades / second apron rules, realistic trade options? Well, I guess right away, the pros of letting Jimmy walk. So you said it in terms of trade, but we'll just talk about maybe Jimmy not being on this roster anymore. One, the obvious pro is you're freeing up a ton of cap space. Now, it's Jimmy this year, I believe, is making like 50. Here, let's do this. Let's go here. And as y'all can see, I'm currently 3 away from 5.9K subscribers. So if you are watching the stream, make sure y'all go check that out. But what I want to do here is I want to go to spotrack.com. We'll share this tab so we can go ahead and look at Jimmy's contract situation together. So let's go ahead and search for Jimmy Butler. because I want to make one thing very clear with regards to the whole cap situation. Of course, we heard a lot of talk about, oh, the Heat would rather let Jimmy Butler walk for nothing than get Bradley Beal in return. Yes, that is very true. But just because Jimmy Butler's on the books to make $52 million next year, if he was to accept his player option, that does not mean that the Heat are freeing up now $52 million in salary cap space. Because the Heat are currently over the first apron in the luxury tax. They're actually pushing the second apron. They're just like a couple $100,000 behind the second apron. So what happens, though, is if you essentially remove this $52 million from the roster, your free space is the difference between the salary base floor and the first apron. That's essentially how the space works. So you're not freeing up a full $52 million. I don't know exactly what that would be, but it would be the difference of whatever they're open the first apron right now, subtracted from that $52 million. I'm sure that's probably a little bit confusing because I'm not even a cap expert myself, nor do I claim to be. But you're not freeing up $52 million, so it's not like you can just go out there and sign a ton of people. But, of course, you are saving a lot of money still, so that is one pro of letting Jimmy walk. Of course, if you were to trade him now, you'd be getting some kind of assets in return. Who the hell knows what that is at this point? I don't want to keep talking about the same teams, the Rockets, Mavericks, and Warriors, because we all know what they can offer. Real quick, it's either going to be some picks from Houston, maybe Jabari Smith. You're talking about Kuminga from the Warriors, who you're going to have to pay a ton, and that Wiggins contract, which is also massive. And then from the Mavericks, they got a few guys. I mean, I posted a mock trade the other day with PJ Washington. He'd be a nice piece, but realistically, they might want to move on from Klay Thompson and use his salary filler. And they don't have a lot of picks either, Dallas. So truthfully, the Dallas one doesn't really make a lot of sense. But the pro is getting a guy off your roster who doesn't want to be here. I'm not saying Jimmy doesn't want to be here. In fact, I actually think he does want to be here. His Instagram stories the other day would say as much. It would say that the vibes of friendship and tomfoolery are high right now. But let's say Jimmy does come out and demand a trade. Well, then it's very clear he doesn't want to be here. And he hasn't demanded a trade. So until he does, I will believe that he wants to be here. But if he doesn't want to be here, the pro is letting him walk. I guess the con of that is you are losing the third best player in franchise history. I mean, there's a lot of people that agree with me when I say I still want to build around Jimmy Butler. I think that he can be a 1A on a championship team maybe this season and next season. So you're talking about another potential of 2 postseasons having a playoff Jimmy caliber player. And playoff Jimmy is the definition of a superstar. I say this a lot, but I want to reiterate that point again because players like him don't fall off of trees. You have guys like James Harden. You have guys like Paul George and Joel Embiid. There's a reason those guys have never had playoff success. I mean, even if you want to go to Joel Embiid, never been out of the second round. You've had Jimmy Butler make the NBA Finals as many times, or I guess more times, as Embiid's been out of the second round. And that's just in Jimmy's Heat tenure. So there's something to say about a guy who raises his game to such a level in the postseason, because that's when it matters. Because if we're talking about playoff Jimmy, not only is he a superstar, I mean, you can count on one hand the guys who are better than him. Like, that's it. Like, maybe a handful of guys. And you win championships with guys like that. So if you were to lose a Jimmy Butler, who knows the next time you'd get another one. I mean, the only reason we got Jimmy Butler in the first place is because he was so adamant on being here. And we didn't have cap space. So if he wasn't so adamant on that, we still wouldn't have Jimmy Butler. Because certainly our cap space situation is not going to get better anytime soon, meaning we're not going to have salary cap room to sign a star outright, because you're obviously got Bam Adebayo on this crazy extension, which is looking like a lot of money for him at this point. You're going to have to pay Tyler Herro. Of course, you're going to have some guys like Rozier and Robinson come off the books, but you're still going to have a lot of money tied up into Herro and Bam. And even on top of that, if you were to open up enough salary cap space for a star in free agency, who are you going to get? Because stars don't go to free agency anymore. Stars never make it there, which means that stars are always traded before they reach free agency. And guess what? The Heat don't have any assets either. We have one tradable first-round pick right now, which I believe is 2031. That's 7 years from now. So obviously every year, you might get another pick or so, depending on the Stepien rule and which other picks you traded. But the Heat are never going to have a lot of assets for a star in like a decade. And that's assuming they don't make any other moves for a decade. You see what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have enough assets last year to get anyone, and we wasted a pick to get Terry Rozier. So what do you think our assets are looking like now? It's not great. So obviously the con of losing a Jimmy Butler is who the hell knows when you can get a guy of his caliber ever again. Now, maybe we can get a guy like De'Aaron Fox. Although the Heat don't have first-round picks for assets, they do have some young players that I think could be enticing in a trade. That is one area where we benefit, I guess, over other teams. Because although Jaime Jaquez is having a bad season, I think he still has some trade value. Obviously, Nikola Jovic's trade value is rapidly increasing as he continues to play amazing. I think teams are very interested in a 6'10 unicorn-type player in Nikola Jovic. So those guys are certainly good trade assets to get a De'Aaron Fox. But De'Aaron Fox is not Jimmy Butler. He's not. We don't know, at least, if he's Jimmy Butler. Because I guess I should say right now, when the Heat traded for Jimmy Butler, nobody thought he was going to be the third best player in franchise history. I mean, of course, I was very, very excited about it. I have a video of my reaction when I got the notification. I was thrilled. I was screaming like I was at the basketball courts, which, by the way, I was playing ball again tonight. And if y'all saw my Twitter, I gave the quick anecdote. I'll tell the full story here later. But let's just say Amen Thompson and Tyler Herro, I guess, inspired me because shit was about to go down at the basketball courts today involving myself. But luckily, I was able to diffuse the situation with myself. But I'll get to that story a little bit later. But anyways, we didn't know Jimmy Butler was going to be what he became until he came here. So it's very possible if we were to swing a trade for De'Aaron Fox or whoever the next all-star caliber player is, right? Not superstar, but all-star caliber player is. There is the potential that they can turn into a superstar in this system in the postseason. It's tough to say. But, yeah, I guess that's the con. You don't know when you get another Jimmy Butler. Guys like that don't fall off of trees. So that was a very long-winded answer to kind of the pros and cons. But I'm sure we'll get into some more Jimmy Butler as we continue to go on here. We got Chaka Flacco said, saw your trade package on Twitter the other day for De'Aaron Fox. You think it's actually practical? So I guess I can kind of go ahead and pull up the trade package that he is referring to. Let me actually do this. We'll go on here. We'll go on to Twitter. Let's go ahead and share this tab instead. And let me go to my page here so I can pull this up. So I did spend some time. This was literally at 1 a.m. Because this was after the loss to the Hawks. And this team basically essentially, I know y'all can't see this. Let me find a way to fix this for you. Okay. I mean, you can kind of see most of it here. You get the gist of it at least. What if I go back here? Whoa. But yeah, I was basically up at 1 a.m, the game after the Hawks, and I said, if Pat Riley's not going to fix this team, I need to fix this team. Here we go. This might be better for y'all. Yeah, okay. So I was in the trade machine. I was cooking something up, and I was like, you know what? At this point, we didn't know when or if Jimmy was coming back, but right now it certainly seems like he should be back Wednesday versus the Pelicans. But I'm thinking if we don't have Jimmy, I still want to be able to compete. You got to get something of value for him because I don't want to be back in the perpetual mediocrity stage that we were in. Well, I guess we kind of are in the mediocrity stage. We're in the play-in tournament every single year, but I feel like we have a chance. I feel like you have a chance when you got a guy like Jimmy Butler. I don't want to go back to the way I felt watching the Dion Waiters, James Johnson teams. You feel what I'm saying? So basically this trade that I cooked up is the Heat received De'Aaron Fox, PJ Washington, and then these next three guys are pretty much salary filler, although I do think they could all play a very good role for the Heat. Maxi Kleber, obviously he's a 7-footer, something the Heat need, although he's more of a stretch spacer kind of guy. So obviously you like that fit with Bam. We get Gabe Vincent back, who's not having a good season with the Lakers, but you hope he can get some of that pop back if he was here. And then Najee Marshall, who, of course, infamously tried to fight Jimmy Butler just last year when he was with the Pelicans. But he's having a pretty good season. So these are 3 rotation players that could play for the Heat. But obviously the main guys here is Fox and PJ Washington. And the Heat would be getting the Heat would have a pretty decent win now and future core of De'Aaron Fox, PJ Washington, Tyler Herro, and Bam Adebayo. I like that. I feel like you got a set point guard, a set shooting guard. And then you got to set small forward and power forward. Who the Heat would put at, or I guess small forward, power forward, and center. Who the Heat would put at the other position. I guess you'd put PJ at the power forward. I don't know. I guess you could put like Haywood Highsmith at the 3 still, Najee Marshall at the 3. Maybe you slide. What I would love to do in this case, I'd love to slide PJ Washington up to the 3, put Bam at the 4, and then put Khalil Ware at the 5. I would love that. But Spo will never play Bam and Ware together. They played like a second together, and if y'all remember, it was at the end of that. Not the end of was it the end of the Nets game? Not the end of the Nets game. I don't remember, but it was at the end of one of the games where the Heat needed like one defensive stop. I think it was the game versus the Magic, actually. And then the Heat ended up winning. So Spo put him out there just for the final second of the defensive possession. But on the Kings here, they, of course, are trading De'Aaron Fox, and they get what I think is a nice package in return. They get Terry Rozier, mostly salary filler. I don't think they like the extra year on his contract, but he gets paid a lot less than De'Aaron Fox. So they're still saving a lot of money there. And then, of course, they get Jaime Jaquez, they get Nikola Jovic, and then Cam Reddish is expiring. If you are a Lakers fan and you don't like or you don't want to give up Cam Reddish, there was a few other expiring contracts on the Lakers that they can attach. There was Christian Wood, I believe. They had some other end-of-the-bench guys. So there's options there. But then they would be getting a first-round pick from Dallas, who, of course, is getting Jimmy Butler. And then they would get 2 first-round picks for the Heat. I'll take your comment off here, Chaco Flacco, so y'all can see it. 2 first-round picks for the Heat, which at the time, I thought the Heat had two tradable first-round picks. But now I'm unsure. I've heard some people say they do. Some people say they don't. The reason that people believe the Heat don't is because actually it's like currently our 2027 draft pick is traded to like the Hornets, but it's heavily protected. So if it doesn't convey in 2027, it could convey in 2028 or 2029, something weird like that. But basically, this is just what I have right now. So they basically get 3 picks and then 3 second-round picks from the Lakers. The reason this is a bit complicated now is because I made this trade before the Dorian Finney-Smith trade to the Lakers. Of course, the Lakers gave up 3 second-round picks for Finney-Smith, so they don't have as many seconds now. But they still do have a couple first-round picks to work with. So if they wanted to get send a first-round pick for Daniel Gafford, which is who they're receiving in this trade, they could do that. Now, this is certainly, it's a lot for De'Aaron Fox. Is it enough, though? I mean, maybe not. De'Aaron Fox is basically the only player the Kings have hit on in the draft since, like, DeMarcus Cousins. And then if you count him and DeMarcus Cousins, who else, right? I know you got Isaiah Thomas. He was the last pick in the draft. And there's a couple other smaller guys. Keegan Murray, who knows at this point? He's having such a down season. But obviously, regardless, Fox is one of the best draft picks. I guess they hit on Tyrese Halliburton, but then they traded him. But Fox is one of the best draft picks they've had in a long time. He's still young. He's in his prime. You need a lot for that. Now, this is a lot. Is it enough? Maybe. Relative to other teams, certainly not. Because if a team like OKC wanted to get interested, obviously they could beat this package. If a team like the Nets wanted to get interested, they could beat this package. I don't think any of those teams would do that, but I'm just saying theoretically, the Heat, of course, don't have as much assets as other teams. But one thing that does work in the Heat's favor a little bit is De'Aaron Fox is an expiring contract next season. So if a team was to trade for him right now, they'd only have him guaranteed for a season and a half. It's not as long a contract as Damian Lillard was, which is of course part of the reason the Bucks felt more safe trading for Dame, because they knew they had him under contract for a few seasons. They didn't have to worry about him walking. So if De'Aaron Fox does one out, I know he posted a tweet today saying that he didn't hate Mike Brown. All the reporting is BS. So does that help Heat fans' case? Because now we thought he was disgruntled, but now he doesn't sound disgruntled. But then he said that he loved the coach that they just fired. So now is he disgruntled actually? Who knows what he thinks? But if he was to request a trade, obviously you'd assume he'd make a list of teams. I'm sure the Heat would be on that team. 1, because everyone has the Heat on their team. But 2, his relationship with Bam Adebayo is evident. Of course, they went to Kentucky together. We know they're still super close, and there's obviously a clear fit on this team for De'Aaron Fox. And part of the reason that he hasn't signed his extension in Sacramento is because he said he wants to win. He quite literally said, I want to wait to see the direction of this organization before I sign. That is him saying directly that he wants to win a championship. So what better place to go to win a championship than 1, the Eastern Conference, and two, a team that has, excuse me, a team that has multiple championships and has been to the finals multiple times recently. So, of course, if the Heat were to keep Jimmy Butler, and Fox wants out, it's even more of a reason to want to come here. But if not, I do think a core of De'Aaron Fox, PJ, Tyler, and Bam, that's certainly a team that can make some noise in the Eastern Conference. And obviously, when you're in Miami, guys will always want to come here. So, this is a lot for De'Aaron Fox. Is it enough? Who knows? Obviously, I would like to keep Khalil Ware on this roster because you're still going to need some size. I like the idea of a pick and roll with Fox and Ware, even though the Herro and Ware duo has been phenomenal lately as well. But yeah, this is basically the most the Heat could give up. Of course, without trading, I guess, Tyler Herro. If you were to keep Jimmy on this roster, I've heard talk of trading Tyler Herro for Fox. I don't think I would do that. I mean, Fox is probably a better player, sure, but you can't trade Herro at this point. He's been the only good thing to happen to this team. You can't do it. At least not for Fox. If it was for somebody substantially better, of course, I'd consider it, but not for Fox. Now, moving on to the Mavericks here, they'd be getting Jimmy Butler, which is the prize of this trade for them. And then Alec Burks is a little bit of salary filler, but of course he can contribute there as well as sort of a 2-3 off the bench, since they would be losing Najee Marshall, who's having a good season for them. Now, the Mavericks could have theoretically a contending lineup of Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, Jimmy Butler at the 4, which he has played before, and then Derek Lively. And that's a solid-ass lineup. I had one Mavericks fan comment on this and say, why the hell are we giving up 4 rotation pieces for Jimmy Butler? Well, one is because Najee Marshall, you just signed him. Maxi Kleber barely plays. Daniel Gafford plays like 20 minutes a night. And you're trading P.J. Washington in the first-round pick for Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler still has value in this league. You're going to need to give up some value to get him. And if you're the Mavericks and you want to take the next leap and you want to have a chance to beat the Celtics in the finals again, if the Celtics get there, what better guy to do it with than Jimmy Butler, who's already beat the Celtics multiple times? I think that'd be a good team if the Mavericks were able to get him. And then Daniel Gafford, the Lakers have needed some size. Yes, they just traded for Dorian Finney-Smith, but he's not that big. He's like 6'7". Like he'll play some power forward. AD is still going to be center. But if you had Gafford, now you can run Gafford at center and put PJ back put AD back at the 4 like he wants to be at. Let's get to some of these other comments here. Van Lee, people are saying we don't have a good enough package for Fox, Jaime, Jovic, and Ware are technically 3 first-round picks. I hate that logic because so many people have been saying that so much who do we used to say with back in the day? Did we used to be like, oh, well, Justice Winslow is technically a first-round pick because we could trade him? And we were saying that about Terry Rozier last year. I was saying it. I was saying that even if Terry Rozier, if you want to move on from him, at least you could trade him and get a first-round pick back. Well, that's clearly not the case anymore. But yes, I think that we do kind of agree, though, Van Lee, because like I was saying earlier, the Heat don't have as much picks, but I do think they have some better other young talent to trade more than other teams. Martell, my boy Miami Heat Zone, I see you down there. Shout out to you. Make sure y'all go follow my boy. He'd be posting hella content on the Heat as well. Heat Culture, can I join the live? Maybe a little bit later if we find some time, because I'm only going to go for an hour here, and it's already been about 30 minutes. What else we got here? Van Lee said, I love that the Pelicans are getting the win out their system tonight. Them boys ain't coming down to Miami to do nothing but partying. Are they winning for real? Because I thought when I checked, they were playing a relatively decent team. Oh, they're playing the Clippers. Oh, they up 6, though. They up 6, though, on the Clippers. I do want to check that box score real quick because I have one bet today. I did one bet, and it was Norman Powell over 20 points. His line was 23.5. I said I'll throw a little bit of money on Norman Powell, 20 points. I like to play it safe when it comes to betting. I definitely do. And so far, Norman Powell at halftime, 17 points. So as long as he doesn't get less than 3 in the second half, cash it, baby. I only threw $5 on it, so it's not that much. Animated Plan said, do you think Jimmy Butler will retire a member of the Miami Heat? I do. It's difficult to say, obviously, at this stage, because even when I say it out loud, it feels like it's just maybe my heart talking. I got to shut this light off back here. It's going to start going in and out and overheating. Got this light on the TikTok shop. One of the best lights that I ever bought, but it was like $8. And because of that, it overheats very easily. My hand is actually burning as I lift it. because whenever you leave it on for like more than 15 minutes, it literally starts heating up. It's probably a fire hazard. But yeah, as far as Jimmy Butler retiring here, I don't, things are just different, man. Like I heard Jeff Teague say on his podcast today that he thinks Jimmy's just checked out because he's seen it before. But what does this Jimmy Butler look anything like the Minnesota Jimmy Butler? Like the way he acted there is polar opposites. Now you can say maybe Jimmy learned his lesson. He's getting older. He still wants that one big contract. Who's going to pay Jimmy a big contract if he starts acting out like a diva again? No one. So he's trying to protect himself. But I don't know, man. We've heard Jimmy speak so highly of the Heat in all of his years here. So he's been more high of this team than any other team that he's been on. It's not even close. We've heard him say he wants to retire here. We know he loves Spoelstra. We know he loves his teammates. He's posting them on social media after the game. I think he stays and they ultimately end up finding a resolution in the offseason, whether it's an extra year for less money per year. That would, of course, give the Heat some more flexibility. I think something like that, but I do think he does ultimately end up retiring on the Heat. Steven Stevens, what's up, my boy? You said, do you think we need to trade for a superstar or trade to get another three-point shooter and big man for role players? Well, I think this Heat team has a lot of problems. I think one of the problems is a true point guard, and I think one of the problems is a big man. So if you can trade for a superstar who's a big man or a point guard, then sure. That's why one of the guys I want is De'Aaron Fox. Now, he's not like an elite facilitator, but obviously the Heat needs scoring too. We need a lot of things, right? And I do think De'Aaron Fox would be a good fit here, sort of best of both worlds, and not just trading for a name because he's a name. I think he would fit here nicely. But let's say the Heat can't do that, then yes, I want to trade for guys that fit here. The Terry Rozier trade, at the time, I liked it, but there was a caveat. If you go back and watch my reaction to the Rozier trade, I said this is a good move if the Heat make another move. Because if the Heat do not make another move at that trade deadline, this is a waste because Rozier is not moving the needle at all for the roster last year. They needed something else because the fit was questionable. We knew he might start. We knew he might come off the bench, but either way, he was going to sort of be looked at as like a spark plug scorer for a team that had struggling for a team that struggled offensively. But they did nothing to address the size. And sure enough, because the Heat did not make another move and did not address the size, we saw how last year ended. Of course, you didn't have Jimmy Butler, but that team had a lot of clear problems. This year, the last couple games, Spo's been coming off the bench with Nikola Jovic and Khalil Ware. It looks like some of the size stuff that we've been concerned about is maybe mitigated a little bit by those two because they're both very big. Of course, Jovic is more perimeter oriented. Ware is more inside. But Jovic is he's getting himself in the paint. Had a couple good offensive rebounds yesterday on Jovic or on Şengün. Was not afraid to back guys down when he has a smaller defender on him. Has shown a little bit of a jump hook. So both, and obviously Ware is just big as hell and he's athletic. So maybe the Heat don't need a big man as much as they did before. I guess a name that's out there is Nikola Vucevic. What is his trade value? I don't know. But I would like Vucevic on the roster if you can maybe, I don't know. The problem is the Heat don't have very tradable contracts because a team like that or any team is not going to want to take back long-term money. And Terry Rozier's got this year and next year left. Duncan Robinson's got this year and next year left. They don't really have any huge expiring contracts. We can go ahead and pull this up here. And as y'all see, subscribe. We're still 3 away from 5.9K. So I'm going to switch over here to the Google in a second. And I'm going to look up the Miami Heat salary cap situation. We're going to go to Spotrac, which, of course, is my favorite website to look at all this at. I'm going to go ahead and remove your comment here, my boy, so we can see the full screen. And how do I do the year by year? There was a way to do that. 2024. I don't know. There was a way to look at the whole salary cap situation here, multi-year. Okay. So if you look at the Heat salary cap situation here, let me make sure y'all can see the whole screen. Basically, let me just zoom out a tad. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So next year on the books, you still have Jimmy Butler, of course. That's a player option. You got Bam, you got Tyler, you got Terry at $26 million, which is a lot. Duncan Robinson's at $20 million, which is a player option. I don't see why the hell he would not accept that because shooters are not getting that much money in the open market anymore. We just saw guys like Buddy Hield and Malik Beasley go for very small contracts this past offseason. So obviously at $19 million, Duncan Robinson is going to go ahead and accept that player option. Then you got Haywood next year and still obviously Ware. You still got Love next year. You're going to keep Jaime. So, I mean, this is basically your whole rotation, right? The only guys who are not under contract next year that are on the roster this year is Josh Richardson and Alec Burks. So those are really the only contracts that might entice a team to take on because they don't want to take on extra money. Why the hell would the Bulls trade Nikola Vucevic and get the equal money back for 2 years? Now, of course, if the Heat could attach assets, they would do that. But the Heat got, 1-2 first-round picks, we were saying? I'm sure 2 first-round picks would get you Vucevic, but the Heat aren't doing that. That's my point. The Bulls might make a move for an asset or to shed money. Well, the Heat aren't going to want to trade their minimal assets, and they don't have any contracts to send over to shed money. That's the problem, though. So to answer your question, Stevens, it'd be hard to do either one of these, but I don't know. It's time to play hardball. Pat Riley says that he's not trading Jimmy Butler. Well, then trade something to build around him. If that means trading the young kids, I know Nikola Jovic is balling out, but that means trading the young kids. Chapman 4040 with just a nasty-ass comment. Do you think we should bring back Dexter Pittman? We do need size. Dexter Pittman was one of the he was part of like the whole series of big men the Heat were trying to bring in that just none of them worked. I mean, who'd you have? You had like Jarvis Varnado. You had like Jamal McGlure. You had Eric Dampier. Obviously, Joel Anthony's my boy. Don't you dare mention Joel Anthony. But I guess Birdman worked, right? He's like really the only veteran big man we brought in that worked. But no, Dexter Pittman was ass. But he does have my respect for whose ass did he beat on the Pacers? Was it Tyler Hansbrough? Of course, UD beat Tyler Hansborough's ass. But did Pittman do it too? I forget. Van Lee said 2 trades people keep poo-pooing from me are Jimmy Kawhi swaps and Jimmy Zion swaps. Where the hell did you see those? Would you rather Kawhi's resume or an injuries for Zion or would you rather Kawhi or Zion, basically? Interesting question. For me, the answer is easily Zion, right? I mean, let's go back to here and let's look up Kawhi's stats here. Because how old is Kawhi Leonard at this point? I mean, he was out there when we had LeBron. So he's not young no more. What's it say he is here? 33? Not if Kawhi Leonard wasn't healthy at 33, he's not going to be healthy at 34, 35. I don't know. Supposedly Kawhi is supposed to come back in like a couple of days here, so we'll see how he is. But I don't know. I think I go Zion at this point. That really is a great question, but you got to go Zion because if this team hasn't won a championship with Jimmy Butler because of the inconsistency, what, they're going to win it with Kawhi? I mean, your best bet's going for Zion and praying that he could stay healthy. And maybe they have more than a prayer's chance because maybe in this Heat system with the development staff that we have and obviously the body fat test that Pat used to be more strict on. We've heard he really kind of stopped doing those for Kyle Lowry and a couple other guys. But if they can get back to that, maybe Zion can finally get into shape. Maybe he could turn it around. From a fit standpoint, it's not great. Obviously, he's not too much of a three-point shooter, and neither is Bam. But, I mean, you're talking about a guy who's 24 years old, a guy who averaged 26 points per game. Well, see, he wasn't even fully healthy that season. But the season after, he played 70 games. So we've seen him be healthy relatively recently. 23 points, 5 and 6. Those are good numbers. Look at the efficiency. I'm not saying I'd love a Jimmy for a Zion swap, but I think I would definitely do it over Kawhi. Heat Culture answered the question I was talking about earlier. If Jimmy walks, it would get us $38.9 million. Well, that is a lot then. That's a lot more than I thought. Because as I was trying to explain earlier, the Heat wouldn't get like the full $50 million that he's owed just because they are over the first apron. But I guess they would still have about $39 million in space. So that's a lot. Now, is it a lot to sign a star? No. Like superstars obviously go for much more than that. But none are really in free agency anyways, I guess. Let's do this. Let's go here and let's go back to NBA free agents. We'll do this for 2025 we'll do. Because let's say the Heat were to open up that $39 million in salary cap space. Who could we get? Well, shit, I know who I want. I know who I want, Chad. I'm not even going to lie to you. I would take a 39 or 40. Happy birthday, LeBron, by the way. I would take a 40-year-old LeBron James. I'm not going to lie to you for a season. But who else you got? You got Van Vliet. I mean, Kyrie. What's Kyrie on? Kyrie's on a player option anyways. That's the thing, though. You can't just be looking at these because most of these player option guys are going to accept. I guess let's go to the unrestricted free agent. These are the guys we know for a fact will be free agents unless they're extended. Look at the list, y'all. What do y'all want with that $39 million? Stop me when you see someone you want to spend that money on. Stop. Okay, is that it? Steven Adams? Hey, luckily Steven Adams wasn't on the court yesterday during the scuffle with Amen and Tyler, because Steven Adams would have made whoever he picked up look like a bitch because he's so strong. I love Steven Adams. But yeah, I mean, these are your top guys here. You're not paying none of those guys $30 million and feeling good about it. So that's the problem about opening up cap space. Now, maybe you could get a few guys here. Like, what if you were able to get, Miles Turner? Oh, that'd be nice. I don't think he leaves Indiana, though. But let's say you were able to get a Miles Turner and, like, who's another smaller name here? Yeah, I don't know. It's not a good free agent class because guys don't get to free agency no more. Let's say you were able to get a guy like, I don't know, if Lonzo Ball could turn it around, he'd be a nice fit here. I posted a video about him a couple days ago, but I don't know. Y'all see what I'm trying to say. Free agency just is not the move anymore. Make sure y'all subscribe. If y'all watching this, I greatly appreciate you. Just double check to see if you're subscribed, and if you're not, hit that button. We almost at 6K. What else we got here? Brian35, I see you. What's up, my boy? Jared Dickerson with a great question here. He said, what is your theory for why Bam has been trashed this season? I don't know. I don't want to say it's the white side method and whatnot because I don't think Bam is like that. I know Bam's not like that because you've had Wade come out and Alonzo Mourning and Pat Riley. They've all come out and say that Bam is the culture carrier. He's the guy that they are passing the torch to. They're not saying that about a guy who they think might have white side tendencies. And y'all know I love Hassan Whiteside. But that's one of my favorite players ever. But I will not deny once he got paid, he kind of took the money and ran. I'm not going to lie to you. So it's just a weird coincidence. Now, of course, Bam's extension doesn't technically kick in yet just because I think it starts either next year or the year before or the year after, I mean. But he signed it. He will be getting about $60 million a year. So my theory on why he's been so trash, I had a theory a little bit earlier in the season. I guess it's still applicable. But we know in the preseason and in training camp, Spoelstra was so heavy on saying no mid-range shots, layups, and threes because that's what the analytics say. This mid-range style of play that they were doing last year just doesn't work in today's NBA. And if you think about it, Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler, that's all where they like to operate was in the mid-range last year. So you're seeing Tyler Herro eliminate that. He's getting in the lane, and he's doing threes. And obviously his game's taking a huge jump because of it. But Bam Adebayo, he's not the three-point shooter that Tyler Herro is, obviously. His main portion of offense, most of his shots last year, came from the mid-range. Now, it kind of sucks because he's so athletic. You wish they had a point guard that could get him some easier looks. They don't. Tyler does it, every so often, of course, but Tyler's looked at to be a scorer, not the facilitator. If we had a true facilitator, who the hell knows what Bam would be doing out there? I really wish that Bam had a point guard. Like, I wanted Trae Young. A lot of people did, a lot of people didn't. We just saw Trae Young pick apart the Miami Heat. Imagine if he was on this team, how much easier looks Bam would get. But anyways, Bam thrived in the mid-range last year. He shot the ball very well from there. And I think Spoelstra was kind of trying to implement to these guys that's a bad shot. So now Bam looks very hesitant when he's shooting. He doesn't know if the shots he's taking is good shots. Plus, of course, he did extend his range to the three-point line a little bit. He's taking about like 3 a game, I think it is. But he's still trying to find, I guess, a good balance between getting in the paint and shooting threes. Because a lot of Heat fans are mad that he's taking too many threes. They want him to attack more. But I think he should be attempting at least 3 threes a game. I know he's not hitting them at a great clip. I know he's shooting like 30%. But you need to at least make the defense respect you a little bit just to make it easier for you to get in the paint. That being said, of course, when a guy tries to extend his range beyond the arc, he's going to have to find a good balance between attacking and shooting that long shot. So it's a bit difficult for sure for him to find that balance, but I think he's working on it. Brian35, are the Jimmy rumors fake? I don't trust Shams. Yeah, this is where I stand on this. Is I think Jimmy wants 2 things for sure. I feel very confident saying he wants 2 things. He wants to win and he wants to get paid. I think right now he's unsure if he could win a championship with the Miami Heat, and he's unsure if they'll pay him. Now, Obviously, all of this is really dependent on how the rest of the season goes. If the Heat, go on a run here, if they start playing well, then yeah, Jimmy will probably want to stay. And if Jimmy's playing well, they'll pay him, of course, right? So all of this could just be a moot point at the end of the season. But for right now, I think Jimmy's unsure. I feel confident saying that he likes it here, as I was discussing earlier. I think he likes his coaches and teammates, but I just think he knows that his time in this league is running out, and he wants to win a ring and get paid. That's the truth of the matter. So I think there's truth in those reports, but I don't think he hates it here. I don't think he's demanded a trade or anything like that. We also got Eric here who said, yo, Ant, pull up to the park on Wednesday. What park? Who are you? I know a lot of Erics that I hoop with. Let me know which one you are, and I will be there. Before I get to some of the rest of these comments, make sure y'all leave your questions down below. Of course, I'll be getting to all y'all questions here. But y'all want to hear my story about how I almost got into a fight today at the courts. So I was at my court. Shout out to my boys over at Three Oaks Park. I love it over there. Real close to my house. It's great runs. We be running full court almost every day. I'm out there hooping, 5-6 times a week. I try to get out there. Great group of dudes, and it's competitive. Good competition. Y'all know I'm a hooper. I play where there's good competition. The competition is legit here. So, it's not the best. Let me not act like it's D1 the guys out there, but it's a good group of people. If I want the D1 guys, that's why on the weekends I go to the indoor courts. But that's a different story. It's a park. Good runs. And there was a regular out there, a guy I've been hooping with for years, and he's hot-headed. He's got a temper on him, but we cool. Like, we play on the same team a lot. We play very well. He's a big dude. He's strong. He's shorter than me, but he's strong. He's strong as shit. And he's really good, too. Like, he's really, really good. Super athletic. But, yeah, he's got a hot head, but we and him, like, he'll say some things to people. I never really engage with it, whatever. But we're playing against each other today in 5-on-5, full court. And it's a good game. Both teams are going back and forth. It's a close game. But then out of nowhere, he starts talking hella shit to me. Like, out of nowhere. Now, he'll talk shit to me sometimes, whatever. I usually don't respond to him or anyone unless I'm friends with you. We'll go back and forth. But I'm not friends with this dude. Like, we cool, but whatever. But he's being hella disrespectful. Now, usually, I never say anything back, but this was another level of disrespectful. He literally kept saying things like, how is this game even close? We're playing against Anthony. He was saying, oh, well, I guess some of y'all team is good, but the only bum on your squad is Anthony. Oh, yeah, look, well, you good. Nah, you a bum. Nah, Anthony, you a bum. Like, screaming this shit. And he's not joking. He's being mad disrespectful. Like, I'm telling you, he's directly calling me out in front of everyone, so much so that everyone was, like, looking at me like if I was going to do some shit. I'm like, fuck, like, well, I can't. I let my game do the talking. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. That's stupid. We adults here. Like, you want to start talking shit? Fine. I'm going to win. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fucking win. So yeah, he was being I can't remember all the exact ways he said it, but just trust me, hella disrespectful. Like, I couldn't even believe he's saying this shit. But anyways, we were down 9-6. We play first game in Fort Myers here. We play to 15, but everything else we played game 11. So this was game 11. We were down 9-6. My teammate hit a layup. And throughout the game, he probably started talking shit when the score was like 5-4 or something like that. And I'm getting hot because I'm trying to fucking win this game. I want the ball. I got teammates. They're not giving me they're good. I trust my teammates. I'm cool with these dudes. But, like, when this dude's calling me a bum, basically, when he's telling me that I'm fucking trash, give me the ball. Look for me. Like, I do that. If I see my teammate getting into it with someone, I'm looking for them. I'm setting screens for them. I'm giving them the ball. My team wasn't doing that. And I'm like, give me the fucking ball. But anyways, we go through the game. We end up being down 9-6. One of my teammates takes a layup to make it 9-7. And then we get a stop. And I'm like, if this ball touches my hands, I'm fucking shooting that shit. They swing it to me into the corner. Bang! Hit that shit. Tie game 9-9. We get another stop. I get the fucking rebound this time. And I run down the court and I say, I'm fucking launching this shit. Pull from the three-point line. Bang! Now, a couple of things. The dude that was talking shit, he was the one guarding me in transition there. He was the one that sprinted back. And he wasn't super close to me. I'm not going to act like it was a facial and one, nothing like that. But he was there. He was the primary defender of me on that play. So, of course, I looked at him after I hit that shot, and I said, get the fuck off the court, you bum. And now I'm full aware. I've known this guy long enough. I said, as soon as I knew he was going to want to fight me after I said that, but I don't give a shit. When you being that disrespectful to me, what am I supposed to do? Say nothing? Now, keep in mind, what I said is not even close to as bad as what he said to me. And he basically started by calling me a bum. I told him to get the fuck off the court, bum. Same shit. That's equal in my book, at least. But then he said, who you calling a bum? I said, you. And then that's when he ran up to me, kind of put his hands on me like a Men Thompson. I started seeing flashbacks of yesterday. So maybe that's why that game still got me riled up. If y'all saw my post game, y'all know I was hyped after that. But maybe it inspired me to get a little chippy today. I like to get chippy once in a while. I don't start it. I never start it, but I end it. And I end it with my game. So he comes up to me, grabs me on the shirt. I'm just like, and obviously my boys run in and shit. They trying to pull him off me. And that's when they pull him off me. And then he trying to like come at me and he's like, yo, fight me right now. Fight me right now. Puts his hands up trying to square up. And I literally told him, I was like, no, I'm not going to fight you. I told him, I was like, why are you mad? You were being mad disrespectful to me. I didn't say nothing. I didn't crash out like you are right now. And then I just said it back to you. I thought we was doing like a little friendly, shit talking, whatever. I was like, why you want to fight me? And he's like, nah, I don't give a fuck, bro. He's like, yo, I'm going to beat your ass right fucking now. And you know what I told him? I said, you would. I said, you would beat my ass. I ain't never got into a fight before. I'm not a fighter. This guy he's 5 times as strong as me and much faster than me. He would kick my ass. So I told him that. My ego is not, I don't have an ego. My ego is not big enough where I need to act like I'm tough or act like I'm gonna beat everyone's ass or stand up for myself. Like, nah, bro, like, if you get your emotions that hurt by someone talking shit to you when you started it, quite frankly, that's what makes you a pussy. I don't think me not wanting to fight him or admitting that he beat my ass, I don't think that makes me a pussy. I think him getting offended over some shit like that makes him a pussy. And the reason I don't get mad when he was telling me all that shit, like, obviously, it's disrespectful. That's why I let my game do the talking. And I'm not a bitch, so I'm not going to sit there and take it. I'm going to fucking game your ass and tell you to sit the fuck down. That's what I'm going to fucking do. But I'm not going to get mad when you're talking shit to me because I don't value that guy as a person. I really don't. So why would I let your words affect me if I don't value you as a person? That's kind of where I come from. That's why I never got into a fight before. I've had a lot of people try to fight me all the time. When you're a good basketball player and you're a good shooter, and sometimes I like to leave the wrist up there a little bit longer than I need to. Sometimes I like to stare dudes down, give a sly comment once in a while if it's deserved. People are going to want to fight you. It happens, once in a while at the course. But I always diffuse it. Because how is someone going to fight you when they say, oh, come here, I'm going to beat your ass? And then I say, yeah, you will. What are they going to do now? They out there looking stupid. Everyone's laughing at you. Because you out there, you still trying to square me up. And I'm out there just being like, nah, bro, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? We all adults here. Now they out there looking stupid. So, moral of the story, that guy's a fucking pussy. I don't value him as a person. And I don't know why you got mad when I literally said the same thing back to you that you said to me. I don't understand at all. And he's a cool dude, bro. I'm going to see him out there probably tomorrow or next week. And I'll be cool with him. I don't hate him. I probably shouldn't call him a pussy. That actually is disrespectful. But I just don't understand why he gets mad. I fuck with him as a dude. I still fuck with him. But I don't really judge people when it comes to that because maybe he's got some personal stuff going on in his life that he's working through. So it's like, if you want to take your anger out on me, I'm cool with it. Like, I don't take it personal. Like, it's fine. I could take it. I'm not a bitch. If I was a bitch, I'd get offended. And he got offended, so maybe he is. But whatever. Yeah, I see your comment down there at the bottom. LOL. He couldn't take what he dissed. Same shit. That's literally my least favorite type of person. The type of person who can talk shit, and then the second you say something back, I literally wish y'all could have heard what he was saying. I literally just looked at him when he said it, and I was like, wow, I need to fucking win this game or I'm a bitch. That's literally what I was thinking. Because he stopped. I think we had maybe tied it up like 5-5 or something. And he's like, damn, how the fuck this game tied? He's like, we playing against a ass team. Then he's like, nah, actually, y'all not bad, but he's fucking ass. Anthony right there. And he's legitimately mad talking shit. He was not joking. Trust me, I know if people are joking. So, whatever. I literally hit that shit on his ass. Said, sit the fuck down, you bum. Then he ran up on me. I'm also not going to lie, though. I had a couple boys there that are big and strong, like stronger than him. And I knew they'd have my back. So, obviously I'm not going to be out there talking shit if I really thought I was going to get my ass beat. I knew if he tried something, I had a couple boys there that could fight for me if it came to that. So you got to be smart about it, guys. Like I said, I might talk a little bit once in a while. Never start it, but finish it. If a guy's playing physical with me, they hacking, I don't be calling foul left and right. I say, okay, you set the tone for this game. I'll play the same way. So if you fouling me, I'm going to foul you back. If you got a problem with it, fine. I'm gonna hit a game winner and tell you has to sit down on the bench with the rest of the fucking pussies. That's what I'm gonna do. But obviously, I whether I actually say that to them or not depends on if I think I'm gonna get my ass beat. If I got some friends there to protect me, then I'm gonna be I'll be straight, I guess I should say. But yeah, that's basically my story from today. So shout out to Tyler Herro, shout out to Amen Thompson for inspiring me. It was good times, man. I felt good, man. Cause like I said, bro, my teammates wasn't getting me the ball when he was talking shit. I think I took like 3 shots that game. I probably missed the first one, which is probably why he started talking shit. And then the last 2 I hit was the 3 to tie and then the 3 for the win. Yeah, that shit was funny though. Oh man, good old Three Oaks basketball, man. Nah, it comes with the game. It's all fun to do. Like I said, I don't be getting mad. I do this shit for fun, so whatever. All right, let's get back to some of y'all comments here. Maybe we'll go for like another 10, 15 minutes. Heat Culture, I see you down there, my boy. I know you want to hop on. I will do another stream definitely later this year where I have more time and we'll get some people on the stream. I want to do like a whole call-in where I have people call in, whether it's on Instagram, on the phone, and we could kind of chop it up together. Or I send you the link to the stream. But unfortunately, tonight, I won't have the time for that because I can only go for about another 10 minutes. So I'll try to quickly get to the rest of these comments here. I know we have a ton. But yeah, let's get into it. But yeah, Heat Culture, I got you. Whenever I do one of those shows and maybe I could talk for a couple hours, I promise you I will get you on. Van Lee said, if a star player on the Heat or Dolphins smashed your girl, but they had the winning shot or touchdown for the chip, would you celebrate as a diehard fan or Florida boy? I love this question. He said, okay, smash your girl. So is it like, let's say, when do I find out that they smashed my girl? Like, is it like, oh, they smashed my girl today and the game is tomorrow? Is it like I find out during the game? Would you still celebrate? But see, they scored. Well, see, I would obviously still celebrate because it's a team sport. Would I maybe be happy for them? I guess not. But also, too, like, let's say it was the Heat, for example, and let's say Jimmy Butler smashed my girl. Am I getting mad? Like, I'm no cuck. I'm certainly no cuck, but, like, if my girl could say, like, let's say my girl don't love him. Let's just say that she was out. She was in Miami. She went to Big Face Coffee, right? And Jimmy was there. And Jimmy's like, hey, yo, you trying to fuck? And, like, let's just say, like, let's just be like, you know what? I'll probably want my girl to ask me permission. She'd be like, hey, Jimmy want me to take me backstage and maybe, whatever happens. Are you cool with that? What I'm going to say? No. Come on. Like, if I'm dating the girl that fucked Jimmy Butler, it's kind of cool, right? Am I tripping, chat? I don't know. Y'all let me know down before. I see Van Lee said you find out the night before. LOL said I'm crashing out if that happens to me. Y'all see where I'm coming from, though, right? I don't know. Maybe I probably would tell my girl, hey, see if you wanna hang out tomorrow. I mean, maybe don't fuck him again, but if y'all wanna chill, let me slide. We'll go hang out. We'll watch the game together. LOL said, love you, Jimmy, but we getting that back in blood. Miguel said, you chipping unless it's a white swap. Simply said, Anthony DeCucco. It's not like, bro, you talk about like a dude that I essentially idolized, bro. I got the Jimmy Butler jersey back here, man. Like, if you telling me she hit it one time and then he like, yeah, you cool, we won't fuck no more, but we'll hang out. Bring your boy with you. We'll hang out. And I'm playing dominoes with Jimmy Butler. Tell me this. Van Lee says you go out. All right, listen, I understand. Tell me this. This is a better question than what you asked. Would you let Jimmy Butler fuck your girl if it means you are now best friends with Jimmy Butler? Like, y'all hanging out together, you go to all the celebrity parties, you do everything like that. Eddie said, don't disrespect your girl like that, dog. Simply said, I'm pulling a Peyton Pritchard on, bro. What does that even mean? Anthony DeSimpo? Well, I think what I'm saying is the opposite of a simp. I don't know, dog. I don't know. To me, fuck it. I don't know. Y'all got to ask yourself, what would you do in that spot, too? If Sofia Vergara came up to you, let's say your favorite show is Modern Family with Sofia Vergara in it, and Sofia comes up to you and says, you trying to fuck? What you gonna do? I would say no, because I'm a loyal man, and I would never cheat on the love of my life ever. But what would y'all do? I don't know. And Miguel said if he piles you on with extra signed merch. Yeah. That's a good question, though, Van Lee. Make sure y'all drop some more questions like that. I like that, actually. Jimmy putting up the Houston police was funny. Yeah, he posted the picture of Tyler Herro to his story with the Houston police in the background. What else we got here? Shout out my boy Top Notch. Yo, make sure y'all go check out my boy Trent. He run a couple of channels. He got an NBA General one called Top Notch, and then a Miami Heat one called Miami Heat Network. Those are my boys. So make sure y'all check that out. Brian said, me not watching the Heat games on YouTube TV in my area because it's blacked out. So BS. Bring back Fox Sports. Yeah, I feel bad for people that can't watch the games. Truthfully, I don't know too much about this situation just because I have DirecTV. It's worked for me. I get FanDuel Sports, but I've seen it's a big problem with other people. I don't know the cause of it, but it's bullshit. Like, they wonder why ratings are down. And truthfully, though, I have my own theory on the ratings. I think the ratings are down just because the honest answer is illegal streaming has become so easy to do. I think you quite literally have millions and millions of people using streamies, crack stream, meth streams. And however they get these, these TV ratings down, or these TV, however I know there's something called like Nelson families, which is how they measure households that are watching something. I don't understand it, but however they measure it, I'm sure it's not measuring illegal streaming. And I think that counts for a pretty big faction of Miami Heat fans. And part of the reason is because guys like Brian are saying they can't get it on their cable network, which is bullshit. It is. Diego said, thoughts on the Vucevic trade. I posted a video on that a couple weeks ago. Go check that out for sure. But I like it. I think I had the Heat sending maybe I did do a first-round pick. I don't know if that's enough. Depends what the market is. But Vucevic has about 2 years, 20 left on his contract, 20 each year, $20 million. It's virtually similar to what Terry Rozier has, but why would the Bulls want to accept back the same amount of money? That's kind of what I was saying earlier. It'd be a bit difficult. B. David just said, just seen Jimmy got purple hair now. Are you trolling, bro? Is that dead ass? Let me go back to Twitter here, because who's purple? Is that Phoenix? Because just yesterday he posted the story. Oh, no. Oh, that's this season. Okay, no, because my boy, he's in the other room now watching the Lions versus 49ers, and it's in the championship. He's up 26, and he's going against Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he just needs Amon-Ra to not get 30 or 26 points, I guess 27 points. And I thought he had 131 yards today. Let's check that real quick. I'm actually curious. All right, let's go. Who's that? Lions versus... Because I actually am curious real quick. I know we getting sidetracked real quick here. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Let's see what we got here. Player stats. Because I want my boy to win, man. He got so screwed over last year. Oh, St. Brown. Oh, 43 yards. That's nothing. He's chilling. Because he's in half PPR. So what's that? 3 points plus 4, 7 points. He's chilling. As long as Amon-Ra don't get 19 points in the next, quarter and a half, he's chilling. Because he also has George Kittle. So is Kittle doing anything today? Kittle, 45 yards. Yeah, okay. He should be good. He should win his championship. But let me go back to the Twitter here. And were you being deadass about the purple hair? I feel like it would have already been on my timeline if that was true. So I don't know if you're trolling or not. If you were, is that supposed to be like is that like a Sacramento Kings troll, or is that like a Phoenix Suns thing? Yeah, you trolling. You trolling. I'm stupid. I'm a dumbass. I'm a bitch. Make sure y'all subscribe. We still 2 away from 5.9K. I want to get there tonight, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that button. What else do we got here? We got Van Lee again. Would you empty out everything, picks and youngsters, to make a lineup of Fox, Herro, Jimmy, Bam, Vucevic? 1,000% I would, because that team will win the championship. Now, is that possible? No, it's definitely not possible. Unless Vucevic's trade value is just that low, I don't see how this is possible. Yeah, I would. For sure. Because the Heat people be like, oh, how you going to give up all our depth with Jaime and Nico and whoever the hell else, excuse me. And my answer to that is He'd find guys off the street better than anyone. They would still have Kashad Johnson. They would still have Josh Christopher, Isaiah Stevens. These are guys that I think could contribute now. I don't know. I know the NBA is a highly different level of competition from the G League, but those guys are hoopers, man. Let me see what else we got. Andrew Shep, I don't think Miami can realistically make a true contender for Fox. It's best just to pay Jimmy and ride off to the sunset. I get it. You did put the good Dwayne Wade quote, relationships are important, people. That's a good point, because although in hindsight the letting Jimmy walk kind of worked out. I'm sorry, I'm reading some of these comments. I'll go in order here. Is the D Wade leaving did work out just because what was I gonna say? Because you got Jimmy Butler, obviously. The hell, we've heard Jimmy say that D Wade was in his ear on the Bulls bench, saying to come to the Miami Heat. But obviously, the Heat's image took a lot of damage for that. That part is clear. And then I think that's part of the reason why the Heat started that whole Heat family campaign after D Wade left, is because they were trying to get their image back as a team that cares about its players. Otherwise, how are you gonna get free agents? And they ended up overpaying guys like Tyler Johnson and James Johnson and Deion Waiters and all those guys because they wanted to make it look like they care about their players. They take care of their own. And obviously the Heat are still paying for that to this day because they had to attach assets to get rid of those contracts. So I understand losing Jimmy would be a bad look because a star that might want to come here in the future might say, hey, Jimmy Butler, you didn't treat him well. You didn't treat Dwayne Wade well. Why would I want to come there? So I do think image is important. This is why I was getting distracted just a few seconds ago. Eric said, yo, tell Chris to back you up at the park. I know an Eric and I know a Chris. So which Eric and Chris are you referencing? You picked the two whitest names that you could. Like I'm supposed to be able to understand which one of the white boys you're talking about? I don't know. Chaka Flacco said, this is a good question. What is the most frustrating thing about the Heat/Spo this season? Well, for Spo, the lineups, I just feel like have been terrible. How are you not playing Khalil Ware where every time he plays, he's making an amazing impact? I don't know. I don't like to question Spo a ton because he knows more than me. He's seeing practice. I don't think he's an idiot. But when I'm watching this team get killed on the boards night after night by Jakob Poeltl, by Sabonis, why the hell not try something else? Just try it. What you're doing isn't working. So just try something else that you don't think is going to work. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? It's also not going to work? Stupid by Spoelstra. I see Miguel says, where's the stick? Spo doesn't want to burn him out. You're not going to burn him out by playing like 20 minutes a night, though. Come on. That's all I'm asking for. But the most frustrating thing about the Heat is obviously Bam Adebayo. That scares me. If he does not do a bounce back and get to that, 18, 19 points per game, he's getting a lot of money in a couple years. It might be hard to win with that limited an offensive player with making $60 million like Bam will. Cass says, I can't see this happening. How about we just signing Lonnie Walker and acquiring John Collins? John Collins still makes a lot of money. And Lonnie Walker, I know there was a report that the Heat were interested in him. The problem is, though, the Heat don't have the cap space right now. Even a minimum contract would put them over the second apron threshold. I do believe that mid-January, they would be able to sign a guy to the prorated minimum and be under the second apron. So it would be possible in a few weeks, just not right now. Although the Heat still do have one more roster spot open. So they could do it. But I like Lonnie Walker. Obviously, University of Miami legend. That's my team. I think he could provide a role here as a wing off the bench, a guy that is showing athleticism and scoring. I think he can use those tools to be a good defender in the system as well. But yeah, I like Lonnie Walker, and I like John Collins too. But I'd have to sit in the trade machine to kind of see how that would work. I said I would go for an hour here, but fuck it. I'm still 2 subs away from 5,900, so we'll go for a little bit longer. Let's go to the Fanspo trade machine, and it's loading up right now. I want to try to cook through it's still loading, by the way. Do not worry. Why is this shit not loading? I want to cook up a John Collins trade is what I was going to say. Let's go to Fanspo trade machine. There we go. I want to cook up a John Collins trade because that's not something I really have looked into recently. I did back when he was with the Bulls before he was traded to the Jazz. But let's see what we got right now. So let me make sure that y'all can see this. Yeah, you can see pretty much. Okay. I will hide your comment here, Cass, so we can see, but I appreciate you. So John Collins making $26 million for this year and next season. That's not that bad. He did have what was looked at as sort of a bad contract just because the production wasn't there a ton and he was getting paid for a lot of years. But obviously a few more years of that contract have gone off, and he's also having a better season now as well. We'll go to John Collins stats right here so we can get you the exact number. And this season, John Collins, man, where's it at here? Yeah, 18 points a night, but look at the efficiency. 52% from the field and 42% from three. That's on 3.3 attempts. And the rebounding is still good too, 8.2. So you're talking about a guy that's basically averaging 18 and 8 that can stretch the floor. That's a great player right there. And this Heat team has always needed more athleticism. They've needed more size. John Collins provides a little bit of both. Obviously, that's the biggest benefit you're getting with Khalil Ware, but he doesn't play a ton. So you still need that from John Collins because the Heat are one of the slowest paced teams in the league, and it's just difficult to win like that. John Collins would certainly help that. So if you want to look at a trade here, $26 million. Again, the Jazz aren't going to want to take on a lot of money. That's the problem because the Heat's only expiring. I'll keep saying it. I mean, it's Alec Burks. That's it. So you'd have to entice them to take on some other money. I mean, they like their white boys in Utah. Would they want Duncan Robinson? Probably not. See, that's the issue. So now you're looking at third-team trades, and I don't know who wants. You'd have to send Terry Rozier to a third team. I keep looking at the Magic because I think they could use some more guard scoring. Jalen Suggs has certainly been better of late scoring the ball, but I think they need some more actual scorers from the perimeter. So I've tried getting Terry Rozier over there, but they don't have tons of tradable contracts either because look at this. Cole Anthony only makes $12 million. I don't think they're trading Isaac. They just signed Pope. They're not trading him. I don't think they're trading Paulo or Carter. I like Mo Wagner. He is out for the year. Maybe they would trade him. So maybe it'd be something like a Mo Wagner and Cole Anthony. Does that work, I guess? But he has 3 years here and Wagner has 2. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just the Jazz would be looking for expiring contracts. That's all. And I don't think they'd want Terry. I don't think they'd want Duncan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to sit here and bang out this trade right now because I really like to sit down and take my time when working in the trade machine, and it would just be a lot of dead air while I think. Because when I get in my GM bag, I really get in my GM bag, and I like to think for minutes. Shout out my boy Monty 2K. I see you. Appreciate you hopping in. UD Activities said, can someone tell me how to get cheap fake Heat jerseys? The real ones are too expensive, fam. I feel that. Jerseys are expensive as hell. The only reason I got this jersey back here is because I won it in a contest. That's it. But I should show y'all this. This was actually one of my Christmas presents. This is from my beautiful girlfriend who I guess I said would let fuck Jimmy Butler earlier. But anyways, if y'all missed that part of the stream, go rewind it. But this is from my lovely girlfriend. Check out how dope that is, bro. Is the newspaper June 20th, 2013. Heat repeat. Miami torched the Spurs to win the title. Of course, this right here is one of the greatest moments of my life. And now I have it forever pictured right behind me here. If y'all seen me when I post videos, because this is my bedroom here where I record most of my videos, but I also record some videos in our game room because when my girl works the night shift at the hospital. That's why I'm able to record so much of these late at night. So when she does sleep during the day and I need to record, that's when I'll do it in the other room. So y'all might have seen I have the giant tapestry of Ray Allen's shot. My phone case here is it's whiting out. I need to get a new one. But it's Ray Allen hitting the shot, of course. You see LeBron over there with, where is it at? LeBron over there with his hand up. Yeah, greatest moment of life right there. But yeah, as far as where to get fake jerseys, I don't know, actually. I've definitely seen some online. I don't think it's too hard to find. But yeah, I'm not too sure. What else we got here? Thoughts on trading for Valanciunas? I don't think his value is that high. I've always liked Valanciunas just because, listen, I know the defense sucks, but the Heat have other guys that can play defense. They have Bam. They have Khalil Ware. They have Hayward Highsmith, the guard your perimeter guys. They need someone who can rebound because we don't have anyone that can rebound outside of Bam. So I would love you, Vucevic, or I said Vucevic because he can also rebound even if he's not shooting as good as he is right now with the Bulls. But Valanciunas, I don't care if he is not scoring in the paint like we've seen him do. I don't care if his defense is ass. He will always be able to rebound. So that's also a good question. I'm going to go back to the fanspo here. Let's take out the Jazz and let's swap the Magic for the Wizards. And let's see how easy it would be to pull off a Valanciunas trade. He's got 3 years left, only $10 million a year. That's good because the Heat have a bunch of 2-year contracts. So maybe they can entice the Wizards to take on one of those. Who, you ask? Shoot, I don't know. I mean, that's tough. I mean, can you get them to take on a Duncan Robinson type? Can you get them to do that? Because then that puts the Heat. They would still need to shed an. Let's see how much salary the Wizards actually need to shed because I don't think they're over the salary cap. Yeah, the Wizards will only need to cut $2 million. So I mean, if you're a Wizards fan, would you mind sending over who makes $2 million on this team? Anthony Gill could send him over. Yeah, we'll send Anthony Gill to the Heats, and then what do we have with regards to second round picks? Shit, 2. Got 2. If you're a Wizards fan, does this entice you? I mean, I could make the argument for it by saying that you're shedding a year of Jonas Valanciunas' salary. Now, you're paying twice as much in salary per year, but for one less year, and a couple of second round picks. From a Heat fan perspective, I don't know if I'd do this, man. Duncan Robinson, he is vital to what they do in this offense. You're talking about a guy who's been a starter, compared to, let's see what Valanciunas is doing this year. Compared to Valanciunas, who's playing, 20 minutes a night. He's only started 7 games. He's averaging 11 and 8, which is good. The 3-point numbers, no, that's way down. But he's still efficient, but he rebounds, man. If you want to look at his per 36 here, let's see how many rebounds he's averaging per 36. Yeah, man, 15 boards a game per 36. He can rebound his ass off. He's a true 6'11er. Like, I'd like him on this roster. I don't think I would trade Duncan for him, though. So I guess if you wanted to, it's just Duncan's a better player than Terry. That's why I didn't put Terry at first. But let's just say you were able to swap Duncan for Terry. Let's see if that still works. No, now the Wizards need to cut another $5 million. Jeez. Who else do they got? Do they got anyone that's a little bit bigger than Anthony Gill? I'd love Kispert on the roster. That could shoot his ass off. Johnny Davis sucks. They don't even play Johnny Davis anymore. That should work. Unless they're still going to be 200,000 short. Damn, they still going to be 145,000 short. Let me confirm, though, because I know they've tried the Johnny Davis experiment time and time again, and it's never really worked. They're just trying not to give up on him since I think they spent a first round pick on him. 10th pick in the draft. They're trying not to give up on him. It's just it hasn't worked. I mean, this season, look, he's playing 9 minutes a game. 10th pick in the draft, 3rd year into his career. They're cool trading him. I think they're ready to say that certainly hasn't worked out. But unfortunately, you got to trade one other person. Xavier Cooks. Who are you? I don't know. Come to Miami. Does that work? Is anyone a little bit? Oh, Sadiq Bey. Shit, if you could swing a trade for Bey also, they wouldn't do that, though. So, it would look like something like this. This, as a Heat fan, is absolutely something I would do. Of course, in this spot, the Heat would have to cut or waive one of these guys, I suppose. But, yeah, I would do this. If Dorian Finney-Smith just went for 3 second-round picks, is it fair to say Valanciunas went for 2? I think so, right? Because let's go back here to Spotrac. And if you look at, let's first pull up Dorian Finney-Smith. I think he might have an expiring. Let's see. So Dorian Finney-Smith, he has a player option next year. He might accept, he might not, I don't know. But either way, he has 1 to 2 more years left on his contract. So the Lakers would still have, obviously, they signed Finney-Smith to try to win this season. And if it doesn't work out, he might be a free agent, I guess, or just have 1 more year. Whereas Valanciunas does have, 3 full years, including this one. So he has a little bit of a harder contract to trade. Probably not having as good a season as Valanciunas, I guess, because Valanciunas this year, he's playing 20 minutes a night, 29 games compared to Dorian Finney-Smith. I just think Finney-Smith's a much bigger part of their rotation. He's playing almost 30 minutes a night. So. So I could talk myself into maybe both teams doing this type of deal. Let me know what y'all think down below. Would y'all do something like this? And then instead of Terry Rozier taking up all those minutes, shit, if you had Drew Smith though, man, you could play Drew Smith in that point guard spot. But the Heat didn't have any guards before Terry. Now if they trade Terry and don't get any back, they would need someone. But I guess that's what you got Isaiah Stevens for. Maybe that would open up some play time for him. I'd actually be cool with that. But, hey, we got one more sub. Let's go. One more, baby. If y'all watching this right now, double check. It's free. Make sure you subscribe, man, because all the support is greatly, greatly appreciated. Let's go back to the main thing here. Keep going to y'all comments. What else do we got here? Bro, this is another person. Did you see Jimmy's new purple hair? Am I not? Did I actually miss that earlier? Fuck. What does that mean? Let me go back here. I wasn't reading the live comments when I was talking about it earlier, so let me switch back over here. Let me search this real quick. Hey, my Norman Powell bet cast. Let's go. Shout out to Playbook Sports. I saw them. They're the ones that told me to take Powell over 23.5. So instead, I took Powell over 20 just to be safe. But let me search Jimmy Butler real quick. And if it's not here, I'll check his Instagram real quick. Latest? Anyone talking about purple hair? Purple hair? I don't think so. Unless is that the same comment I read earlier? I don't think so. I don't know. Let's check Instagram real quick here. Because Jimmy Butler's story. Oh, he did post a story. He did. What's it gonna be? Let's see. We'll go find out live right now. Of course, he posts his music. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. Speaking of Instagram, did y'all see what Kevin Love posted? His shit was hilarious, bro. So what he did is he posted this, and he said, my interpretation of last night. So let me go ahead and play these. I think y'all can hear the audio.
This way you will get caught. I packed that thing too, so you come around this way, you will get caught.
Pal, trust me, you're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you?
Absolutely.
If you could take
Okay?
6
You're not
feet.
that guy, pal.
This one's hilarious. Of course, the famous Joker vine of he getting tossed. That's how Tyler looked. And then you had Tyler boxing, and then a couple of hard ass pictures of Terry and Tyler. So that was super, super cool. And then Love also posted this, and he put the quote that Tyler said yesterday: scoring, throwing dimes, doing the whole thing. Hashtag CAWB. Y'all know what that stands for? It stands for cold ass white boy, baby. That's right, because that's what he is. Me and Tyler, 2 peas in a pod. A couple of cold ass white boys. Anyways, let's go! 5,900 subs. That's dope, bro. Like, for real, I don't thank y'all enough, because my dream is to do this YouTube shit full time. Like, for real, bro. And just to think, I can't even fathom what 5,900 people looks like. Like, that genuinely subscribe to the channel, fuck with me. That's the coolest shit in the world to me. It always will be. So for all y'all, we got another one. Let's go. Appreciate it. And another one. We on a roll. We gonna hit 6K by the time of this stream. I'm staying live till we do it. Just kidding. I'm not Kaisen that. I could never stay on live for that long. Because I haven't gone live in like a month. But we'll keep doing these often. I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is if I don't have a video ready, like scheduled to upload, for around 5 p.m. is when I like to do it. I might go live on those nights. We'll see what we can do. It also depends on, of course, if my girl is working or not. Because when she does have a few nights off, I like, we got another subscriber. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, when she does have those nights off, I like to spend it with her. We're in the middle of watching Dexter. That shit is good. Now, I know the ending of Dexter, they say it sucks. But the rest of it is awesome. We're on like season 7 right now. It's amazing. But as soon as she does get a night off, well, she's off tomorrow, but we're doing New Year's Eve stuff. But then in the next couple nights when she has some time off, we're going to start Squid Games too. And I've heard good things about it. So let me know if y'all seen Squid Games down below. No spoilers, of course, but I've heard it's very, very good. But yeah, so maybe I'll try to start live streaming on nights that I don't have a video and she's working, just because I got some more free time at home here. What happened to the Levine rumors? I don't think there's anything specifically that you're referencing. I see you down there, Zach. Appreciate the comment. And Miguel says, is she a nurse? Yes, she is a night shift nurse. That's why I be having a lot of these nights free to do all this stuff. And I don't, back to Yeety's comment, UT's, I don't think you're talking about any specific rumor, right? Unless something dropped today that I didn't see. But just in general, the Chicago Bulls are going to sell. I mean, they should have sold years ago if they had a good front office. They do not. But they made it very clear they're finally trending that direction, where they didn't resign DeMar DeRozan. They did a sign-and trade. Then, of course, they traded Alex Caruso to a team in the Thunder that had 1 million first-round picks. They didn't get any of them. How the hell is that possible? I don't know. If y'all see this guy Thomas, just look on the live chat on the right of the screen over here. Where is it at? Over here. The bottom comment, Thomas, that's my roommate. He's in the other room. That's the one that I said is watching the NFL game right now. Yeah, I told him he was there. He was at the courts today when that guy grabbed my shirt, and I thought I was going to get ragdolled. Yeah, if y'all didn't hear my story earlier about how I almost became Tyler Herro to an Amen Thompson at the basketball courts today, y'all could go scroll back like 30 minutes because I told the whole story. But I'm a pacifist. I diffused the situation. Now, I gamed his ass and told his bum ass to sit the fuck down, but I told that story earlier. Don't get me hyped up again. Anyways, yeah, the Bulls should have got a lot more for Caruso. I see Miguel at the bottom saying he was worth at least a second-round pick. At least, right? He was definitely worth worth the first round pick for sure. But yeah, so all that to say that the Bulls clearly don't have a great front office. So if they were to trade a guy like Lonzo or Vucevic, maybe they don't expect that much in return, and then the Heat can kind of get in. But I got a couple other videos on that. But as far as LaVine, too similar player to Tyler Herro. Not, substantially better. Not better at all, I don't think. So I don't see any way he comes to Miami. Melvin, I see you down there, my boy. What's up? The hard part about doing these live streams is I'm trying to read the live chat here while also getting back to all the comments that were left previously that I didn't get to yet. So I'm trying to address new comments and old comments as well, because I want to make sure I get to everyone here. What else we got? Eric said, I can beat you in a one-on-one 15-4. Who are you? I know one Eric at this particular court that is my most frequent at this point since I moved to this place in Fort Myers. And if you are the Eric that always does the dumbass scoop shot, then you a damn fool. You must be fucking goofy if you think you can beat me one-on-one. What else do we got here? And did you cover possible fines for Miami or Houston players from last night's game? LO at the Dexter comment. Did we get any information on who was fined? I don't think we did yet. I'll check. Let's go back to Twitter here. Let's check Twitter again. Let's see if Ira tweeted anything yet, but I don't think we got news yet. What do I think will happen is I think Amen Thompson will get suspended. The hell's this Baby Mario doing on here? That's Dom 2K. He be tweeting all kind of random shit. That's my boy though. He's funny as hell. Yeah, we didn't get any news yet on the fines. I don't think anyone on the Heat will get Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier might get fined because he dove in, he escalated. Obviously, I fuck with that. I love the guy standing up for his teammate. He'll get fined, probably not suspended because I don't think he threw a punch. But Tyler won't get nothing. I don't think Hayward or Jovic will get nothing. But Amen will probably get suspended. I don't know. Crazy thing is, I like Amen Thompson. I think he's a cool dude. I think he's a dog, but that was probably uncalled for. I don't know if Tyler Herro said anything to provoke him. Well, who knows? But either way, I don't think you can toss a guy like that. You could seriously hurt him. But anyways, we got some other people naming some of the random centers the Heat have tried. Errol Barron. Miguel says Mark Blunt. Just the bless. Shout out to you, my guy. What's up, boy? He said Eddie Curry. Yes, Eddie Curry. That's another one during the Big Three era. Obviously, Blunt and Barron were a few years before that. But yeah, Eddie Curry was another guy during the Big Three era. Greg Oden, I guess that's another guy they tried during the Big Three era. And they could never find one that worked, right? Until Birdman, I guess. And then they got Whiteside, bro. Imagine if LeBron would have stayed, dog. That team, bro, they would have had a lineup of Goran Dragic, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Hassan Whiteside, bro. Now, you probably would have had Pau Gasol, too, because Gasol said he was coming here, and he made an all-star team when he went to Chicago, so he still would have been productive here. But even if you didn't get him, you would have had Goran Dragic, because the Heat traded, like, Danny Granger and Sean Williams for him. Like, you still would have traded those guys for Dragic, and then you would have had Whiteside. And the one thing the Heat... and Zerdrunas Ilgauskas, that's a great point. I see you down there, Miguel. But Whiteside, bro, you still would have had him. You took him out of Lebanon. And the one thing that he never had was a big man. Imagine if you had Whiteside on that team with LeBron. Fuck. Shit would have been really good, man. What else do we got here? Birdman Legendary. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's keep going here. Let's see. A lot of people saying Trae Young is ass. Jesus Christ. Diego Castillo. Nah, bro. Do you hoop? You seen 5'3" on camera? That's crazy. No, I'm not 5'3". I'm like 5'10". I don't know. My license says 5'10". I think I'm closer to 5'11", but that's kind of loser talk anyways. I mean, am I able to, let me do this real quick. Can I turn my camera here? This is like a doorway, and I will go stand next to the doorway. So you let me know. The doorway is probably what? Like, I don't know. We'll see when I go next to it. Look, not on the tippy toes. I'm flat. I don't know. There, you can see. That's me next to a door. It looks about 6 foot to me, if we're being honest. Not probably closer to 5'10". Was that worth messing up my whole camera position for? Yes, it was. not that there's anything wrong with my short kings out there. I didn't do all that just to say I can't be 5'3". There's nothing wrong with being 5'3", my short kings. I'm not. I'm not. And even if I was, I could still hoop. Shit. But I'm about 5'10". But I do play exactly like a white boy. I keep my ass on the perimeter. That's not true, though. I like to get in the post. Because y'all know my favorite player, I always say it. Favorite player of all time, Hakeem Olajuwon. I love the footwork. Y'all have heard me say, Kamehame Jaquez Jr. I got the foot fetish for the footwork. So I do implement that in my game as well. I used to actually study Hakeem when I was growing up. I used to watch his highlights in slow motion, download them, repeat them, like stay at the courts for hours just replicating his moves time and time again. So yeah, I do like to operate in the post a little bit. But I mean, I drive too. I work on everything. Left hand, right hand, all kind of stuff. I try to be a versatile player. But the one thing that I'm definitely not is athletic at all. You can barely slide a piece of paper under me when I jump. That's why I try to use all these crafty moves and such to score, because that's how the only way I can score. What else we got here? This is when I'm reading all these comments now. Back when I was talking about the fight I almost got into earlier. All y'all that said you have my back, I appreciate it. And for real, LOL, bro, couldn't take what he dished out. That's the my least favorite type of person, bro. For real. LOL said all you had to tell him was hold his L, bitch. I basically did. I hit the 3 on his ass and then said, sit your bum ass down. Or I think I said, sit the fuck down, you a bum. Levi said Ant got the on his side. I'm not even going to say the acronym because, fuck, these guys in the basement be scouring my ass to cancel me. No, just kidding. That word is not in my vocabulary at all. But I do got the homies on my side. You know, when you hoop, when you a good hooper, when you a good dude, you got friends, man. So, like I said, I'm a little, you know, like, I don't know what the right word is, but I'm smart about it. Like I said, if I knew I didn't have actual strong friends there, I wouldn't have said shit. Like, I know I can't defend myself. I'm not very strong or athletic. I'm not a bitch, but I'm not a fighter. I don't got it in me. I'm sorry. That's why you got to have friends that do. What else do we got here? If Fox demands Miami, or if Fox demands Miami only, what is or chances of landing him? Well, if he demands Miami only, I think the chances are decent because every star player in history gets to go to where they want to go except for Damian Lillard. It's the craziest fucking thing. That's why Joe Cronin is my biggest op of all time, even though Mario Cristobal is a close second. On my biggest op list right now is Joe Cronin number 1, forever, probably. And then is Mario Cristobal number 2. And number 3, it's probably Rudy Gobert, I think, just because I think he's a bum. But yeah, what else do we got here? Thomas Acuna said, am I your strong friend? I don't know, baby. Come in here and show me. That was whoa. That was kind of sus. Nah, I joke, I kid. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, Fox only got 1 year left on his contract. So after this year, so he has a little bit more leverage than Damian Lillard did because no team is going to trade for him this year, knowing that he could walk at the end of next year. So. What else do we got here? You find out. This is when I'm reading all the comments now. When I said or when Van Lee asked the question if I'd let Jimmy smash my girl, Miguel said I'm tripping unless it's a wife swap. That's crazy, bro. That's wild. Unless Jimmy's still with Selena Gomez. I can't say that. And this is probably one of the funniest comments I've ever read. Simply said Anthony DeCucco. That's crazy, bro. What else do we got here? Yeah, see, Steve is keeping it real, saying he's smashing Sofia Vergara. That's what I'm saying. I try to, you know, everyone can talk, but think about what you would do if you was in that situation. Miguel said, when are they giving out the fines? I don't know. It's usually the next day, I think. No more than 2 days, so I would expect to see some information tomorrow. Let's see what else we got to do. Got to do here. Bam or Bosch? Shout out to my guy Mambo. How you doing, bro? As far as what? Who's better? Who do I like better? The answer is Bosch. It will always be Bosch until Bam brings championships to me. And even then, it probably still will be Bosch because he's one of the most underrated players ever. And the Heat players will tell you that. UD and Mike Miller on their podcast, OGs, is awesome. I've listened to every single episode. They've done almost 50. Go check out that podcast if y'all not listening to it. It is one of the greatest it is the greatest podcast I've ever heard in my life. Like, you got the the hood Udonis Haslam from Miami, and then the hick from South Dakota, Mike Miller. But they're both hoopers. They just click so perfectly. It's hilarious. Of course, it's got a big Heat vibe to it because they played for Miami together. They went to University of Florida together. Awesome podcast for all Heat fans to watch. But all they do is all talk about how often that Chris Bosh is like underappreciated. They mention it quite a bit. So Van Lee, Norman Powell, Cash, buy me a beer, brother. I appreciate you, man. Maybe once I get to 10K, I give all the real ones something. We'll see. What else do we got here? Chris Anthony says, I would like to see Josh Christopher and KJ take Rozier and Jaquez minutes. Yeah, man, like, I understand it's difficult to cut their minutes completely because you're still trying to build up trade value for Rozier and you're trying not to kill the confidence of a young Jaime Jaquez. But the way I look at it with Jaime, at least, is Spoelstra wasn't afraid to bench Jovic, and he took it very well because look what he's at now. He's awesome. He took that shit to heart. He got in the gym. He busted his ass, and he's better. I think Jaime needs a little bit of that now, just to kind of sit and get his head right and maybe get his shot right. And Rozier, Rozier's minutes kill them almost every time he plays, except for the occasional time that he gets hot, like in the first half yesterday versus the Rockets, but then he was ass. So I do agree with you. I'd like to see those guys get some minutes. Kashad Johnson, for sure. Y'all know I'm very high on him. But Josh Christopher can, for sure, too. But I just think they have guys like that could score, mostly Tyler Herro, I guess. But then I was also saying the Heat need help scoring. And I guess Josh Christopher can. But I'm just more so, I guess, interested in seeing Isaiah Stevens play over Josh Christopher, just because they don't have anyone that can do what Isaiah Stevens can do. And although he's not a direct scorer, I do think his facilitating can help other guys score. And I think that might help the offense better than having like a Josh Christopher out there. It might help a guy like Bam a lot. It might help Khalil Ware a lot. So I would like to see Isaiah Stevens play too. But in general, I do agree with your points. V said, I thought the Thomas Bryant trade freed up cap space. Yes, it did. It freed up the cap space to sign. I guess, yeah, it did. It freed up the cap space to sign Kashad Johnson to the standard contract right now. Because originally, they were going to trade Thomas Bryant and sign Drew Smith. Then obviously, Drew Smith unfortunately tore his Achilles. We heard the surgery was successful, so we hope it all goes well. But then they signed Kashad Johnson to a standard. And now they were able to promote Isaiah Stevens to the two-way. What else do we got here? Let me read through some of these comments here. We'll probably get out of here soon once I finish up all these comments here. Let me see what else we got here. Another speculation: if Jimmy Butler has purple hair, maybe he meant the Lakers. Shit, I guess that is true. Him and LeBron definitely got a lot of respect for each other. I appreciate all the love, y'all, for real. I see LOL with the subs. Zach said, keep grinding, bro. Love the videos. It means a lot, bro. Of course, my boy Monty2K said 98 more. It'll be a cool day. You know, every day is a cool day just seeing the community that we have. But yeah, I love y'all, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. What else do we got here? It's crazy how bad this front office is managing assets. Imagine if we actually had the second round picks. It's true. I mean, if you look at some of the reasons the Heat only have 2 tradable seconds, is because you had to attach one of them to offload Dwayne Dedmon, because we knew when the Heat signed Dedmon to that 1 year, $6 million, it was too much. He got paid 3 times the minimum. Why? He's Dwayne Dedmon. He sucked. And because of that, no one wanted his contract. You had to attach a second to get rid of him. And then you go to the drafts, 5 years ago now? You drafted Bol. I was hyped. Bol hasn't turned into nothing crazy, but he's still in the league. He's on the fringe of the league. But no, you traded him in 3 second-round picks for KZ Okpala, who is now out the league. So right there is 4 second-round picks that you've wasted. I believe you wasted another one on Trevor Ariza. That didn't work out. They've made some bad moves, especially with their second-round picks, for sure. Something other, watching the stream on an evening bike ride. Very, very nice. I like to hear that. Appreciate you tuning in. Miguel said if Terry gets suspended, could be a blessing. Yeah, I made a joke in my last post game saying, hopefully Terry gets suspended. Just kidding. I did say just kidding. But I had someone in the comments tripping, bro. They were like, oh, how could you say that about your own players and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, it was a joke. But this guy's commented on a lot of my videos. He never has nothing nice to say, so I just disregard it. Jose, Happy New Year to you too, brother. Appreciate you tuning in as well, as always. My boy Thomas, he said, can't wait till Wemby cooks the Heat January 19th, the Unstoppable Alien. Yeah, we're going. It's his birthday, actually, that weekend. So me and Thomas and my girl and his girl, we're going to do a day trip down to Miami. It's only like 2 hours from where we're at in Fort Myers. And the game's at 3 o'clock, so we'll go down there. We'll get some food. We'll see the Heat versus Wembanyama. He is a Spurs fan just because he's Argentinian. So his favorite player growing up was Ginobili, so he's kind of stuck with them. But yeah, we got tickets already. So I will be at Heat vs. Spurs. So I'm very excited about that. What else do we got here? Yeah, a bunch of people tell me I forgot. Ilgauskas, of course. Big Z, baby. Christina Matos, said, Christina Matos, are you related to Jose? Are y'all married? What's up, Christina? I don't recognize your name here. I'm sorry if you are a frequent visitor, but if you are related to Jose, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. That's dope to have a couple or brother, sister, or whatever tune in. That's dope. But what nationality am I? My dad is from, or his parents are from Italy. So I guess my grandparents on my dad's side are from Italy. So yeah, I'm a Italian, so, I be cooking up my pasta, my meatballs. I do cook it up in the kitchen a little bit. Fortunately, both me and my girl are very good in the kitchen. So, but yeah, I am Italian. Thank you for asking. Oh no, Thomas said St. Brown scored a tutty. Fuck, I told y'all, if y'all missed it earlier, he's in the championship. Let's go back to this over here. What's that? Lions versus 49ers. Let's see. I got to switch back over here. Let me go here. Let's see what those stats are, man. Damn, because only, I'm going to end this stream soon because I got to go out there and watch the rest of this with him. But let's see how we're looking, because he was up 26 in his championship going into tonight. And he had Kittle, and he's going against St. Brown. So far, where is it at here? Amon-Ra, 60 and a tutty. So they're half PPR, so that's 6 points plus 4 is 10, plus that is 16. Okay, so he's still up by about 10, plus whatever Kittle has. Oh, Kittle got 90 yards. He's chilling. So he got another 90 points from Kittle, 3 receptions. All right, so as long as St. Brown don't go crazy in these next 12 minutes, my boy Thomas is a champion, man. Shout out to him. Much deserved after he did go through some BS last year with regards to luck. He did get hold. I got hold too in fantasy because I'm in a couple leagues. I'm in one with the basements, and in the basement league, I lost by 6 in the semifinals to Jess, and I would have won if I started Geno Smith instead of Tua. Why I started Tua versus the 49ers, I don't know. Or if Tyreek Hill didn't drop one of those, or if he didn't drop all 3 touchdowns versus the 49ers, I would have beat Jess. But I'm kind of glad I lost because she's playing against Royal, and Royal's kicking her ass. And he would have kicked my ass too, because he has T. Higgins, who had like 40. He had Jonathan Taylor, who had like 30. And then all my players did trash this week anyway. So I would have lost in the championship anyways. Let me see what else we got here as we'll try to wrap up quickly. LeBron, what Miguel say? He said, yeah, LeBron's snark, but that 5'10" Cuban from Miami was unstoppable. I'm forgetting the name, though. Oh, you talking about Carlos Arroyo? Yeah, Carlos Arroyo from FIU legend, baby. Zach, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the sub, man. Got to get a subscriber run going in the future. Yeah, I wonder what that would look like. Maybe some kind of charity stream or something would be super, super dope. Thomas said, are you my strong friend? Yes, you're very strong. What else do we got here? I see your comment now, Trent. Make sure y'all go follow my boy Trent, Miami Heat Network. Said check your DMs. I'll respond to you real quick, but I am ending the stream in like a minute, just so y'all know. Was good, bro. Just seeing your comments. Yeah, man, y'all can follow me on Twitter too if y'all want some updates on the videos and stuff like that too. Because sometimes if I'm not busy, or if I'm busy and can't do a post game right away, I'll let y'all either know on the YouTube community tab or on Twitter, so y'all can check me out on there. That's Anthony D _Heat. If y'all want to check me out on Twitter, I guess I could pull it up right here for y'all. Let me switch over here. And yeah, if y'all want to follow me on Twitter, it's right here. So yeah, so y'all can kind of stay up to date and listen to all the other anecdotes and whatnot I have to say and post. I got a couple notifications over here. Bruh, not you exposing me on the timeline, dog. That's funny as hell, actually. That's funny as hell. I'll think of something funny to respond later. Shit. But yeah, I did post a little story on a quick summation of how I almost got a Men Thompson today at the court. So yeah, did anyone else comment? He also said I should have said I'd get mad too. Pull out the old Tyler Herro quote there. But yeah, it was funny. I just wanted to share the little anecdote on the timeline. Hamu, if you're in the stream right now, appreciate you. Shout out to you for following me on Twitter. I appreciate it. But yeah, make sure y'all just definitely subscribe to the channel. That's the ultimate goal over here. Trent, I see you sent me a voice message. Is this to play on stream or not? I don't want to expose you if it's not to play on stream. And if you're asking to hop on, I'm sorry. I'm going to hop off in literally a minute. But I promise y'all, I want to get everyone tuned in or on here so we could actually talk with each other together at some point. Not tonight because I don't have a ton of time, but we will definitely find a stream for that down the line. Probably not the next stream, but eventually because I'll need a lot of time because I want to get all y'all in here talking eventually. What else we got here? Are you into the Dolphins, Panthers, or Marlins? Yeah, I'm Miami everything. I'm Miami everything for sure. I'm watching every single Miami Heat game, Miami Dolphins game, and Miami Hurricanes football game. With the Marlins, I root for them to win, but I'm not watching shit. All I know about the Marlins is what they say on the sports talk radio, because y'all know I listen to my boy Tobin and Leroy, so I be listening to those dudes, and I know about basically my extent of Marlins knowledge is what they say. And then for the Panthers, I've really been doing a good job over the last couple seasons of keeping up with them. I'm watching games when I can. I know the team. I've always rooted for them, but of course, now that they're good, I needed to be involved so I can enjoy the celebration. And fortunately, I was able to enjoy the celebration last year because I was invested. I had been watching for a couple years up to that point. I love what those guys got going on, bro. Matthew Tkachuk is a dog. And then, of course, Sam Reinhart, Sam Bennett, those guys, especially last year, were balling out. And Bobrovsky standing on his head. He just had an incredible game today. I was watching a little bit before I came on here. But yeah, and I should be watching the Panthers every game too because they're the only real franchise in Miami at this point. Or South Florida, I guess, at this point. Macmon, is that true? They had to attach a second to dump Oladipo? I don't remember that. That's interesting, though. And Zeta Homie said, how many picks is either Bam or Tyler an issue? Shit, as bad as the season that Bam's having, that boy will still get you 5 first-round picks easy. Tyler Herro could probably get you 2 or 3, though. So, Zay, you said you're facing St. Brown and Jameson. Sheesh, that's tough. Let me check real quick what Jameson's doing then. Jameson. Oh, he's not doing shit. Thank God for you. Oh, no, I was looking at his rushing yards. Damn. Here, I'll share this real quick. Damn, that hurts, bro. Did you win, Zay? Did you win your championship? Because Jameson got 69 in a tutty and St. Brown got 60 in a tutty. Damn, I feel for you, my boy. Shit, what's it, 6-point game, though? So probably no overtime. That's good for you. But yeah, to get back to the other question here. Yeah, I was doing for a little bit last year and a little bit this year, Dolphins post-game videos, but they don't do that well. And it was kind of hard for me to justify putting that much time into a video when they didn't perform that well. And again, I post what I post because I have fun doing it. That's most important. But here, we can go to my channel here. Let's just do a quick search. Let's go to your channel here. And let me just search Dolphins. And just so we can see the view count here. Oh, no, I got to go. Fuck. I got to go back to search. Dolphin. Just so y'all can see. So, yeah, 460 views, 302, 345, 244, 335. Here's a post game from this year. First game of the year, right? This when Tyreek Hill was handcuffed. 478 views. So obviously it's good. Like I greatly appreciate all the views. Like that's awesome. Even 300 people is a lot. Like that's dope. But it's just compared to the Heat content that I'm putting out, it just doesn't perform as well. And I, at some point, I do want to do Dolphins work consistently, but I'm still at a stage in my career right now where I'm trying to grow this channel. And the best way to do that has been through Heat videos. Because I even posted one Panthers video after they won the championship last year, 286 views, which just truthfully is well below my average. The Hurricanes, though, this year, I was doing the Hurricanes this year, and they was doing well because they were good. We got 1K on this one versus Cal. We got 1.9K on this wild ending versus Virginia Tech. So I think part of the reason, I think a video's performance is kind of tied to how much people care about the team. And when the teams are good, they care. Obviously, the Dolphins are still mediocre, even though they got a chance to make the playoffs, baby. Let's go Chiefs. Let's go Dolphins. Although it looks like Tyler Huntley is going to be suiting up versus the Jets. But anyways, but yeah, I think mostly just when teams are good. So if the Dolphins were to get good, I'd be more motivated to make the videos. People would be more motivated to watch. Or eventually, if I'm at the point where, I'm, at a much bigger spot on this channel where I'm consistently getting, the same amount of viewership and stuff, or I can start building off of that. You know what I mean? I feel like you really have to specialize in your market first before you expand, because I don't want to expand myself too thin or wear myself too thin this early. That's kind of why I held back on the Dolphins videos, but I'll still sprinkle in when I got some time. If their season does end next week at the hands of the New York Jets, or even if the Broncos win, then of course the Dolphins cannot make the playoffs. Maybe I'll post a Dolphin video just talking about the poor season, but yeah. What's up, United Swan? Appreciate you tuning in, my boy. Christina Motto said, yes, I do have Instagram. It's the same as my Twitter, actually. So if y'all want to follow me on Instagram too, I guess y'all can go on Twitter and search the same thing as this. Well, I have two Instagrams. I have one for the channel. I guess I'll just show y'all. Let me do it here first, though. I have one for the channel, which is, share this tab, which is this one. So if y'all want to follow me, I got a couple basketball videos on there. They're posted on YouTube Shorts too. I got the clips of Mario Chalmers. If y'all didn't know, a couple years ago, me and Mario, we did 2 episodes together, the podcast. We're supposed to do more, but then he went to play pro ball in Malaysia. So that's still up in the air. But we got 2 episodes up. I got the clips here, and then the full videos are on my channel. If y'all just search Mario Chalmers on my YouTube, you'll be able to watch them. They're really cool. He's an awesome dude. But yeah, then I got some other hoop videos and whatnot. Of course, pictures with my girl. But yeah, but then I have another account, which is just for my shit. Y'all want to see some highlights? I forgot I had these stories on here. Let me see what I got on here. Little sidestep. That's kind of tough, actually. It's kind of tough. Game winner, followed by the cleanest dap. I like that little Damian Lillard right side. Ooh, that felt good. This one inside of FGCU back when I was still a student. This one was deep. At the bottom, I said it's not that hard. Duncan Robinson. Bang. Notice how every shot is on net. And then don't forget about the left hand, y'all. This is what I was telling y'all. I'm not just a shooter. Bro, I got a bag. Left hand, drop step. Look at that. Rebound, get the ball. Left hand hook. I spin away from the defense. That's called versatility, baby. Little left hand drive there. This one, another little video with my boy Will just diming me up at the courts. And then, yeah, y'all might have seen those. I got some league highlights, too. The last league I was in. The problem is, though, this league was in Fort Lauderdale. So I was literally taking the 2-hour drive every week to play in this league. I haven't joined the Fort Myers league yet just because, I grew up in Broward, for those of y'all that don't know. And, like, I got a lot of friends there. I got a lot of friends in Fort Myers. And my friends in Broward, I don't know. It's better hoops over there. You feel me? That's where all the leagues I ran in Broward. But I'd like to get one in Fort Myers, too, because I got some Fort Myers boys that could hoop. I just never did it yet. So, but we haven't found a good league, I guess. That's why this one in Fort Lauderdale was a couple years ago, because it was a lot of driving. But yeah, man, when I was at FGCU, I used to go on that court all the time. Look at that Lillard range, baby. I used to put in all kinds of work in there, man. But anyways, yeah, I have this Instagram, and then let me go back to here, and then let me pull up my other Instagram here. Is this one? Let me go back to this tab, and yeah, this is my YouTube Instagram, where basically I just post all thumbnails. That's basically it. Just so if you want another way of keeping up with the channel, seeing when I post it, of course, on this YouTube channel, subscribe. That's the most important thing, right? You can turn on the bell notifications if you want to and whatnot. But also, if you want to, you can follow this Instagram, Witness Miami Sports. So every time you see a thumbnail pop up from me, you know that I posted a video. Almost every time. But yeah, that's basically it. So let's go back over here. Let's finish up these comments. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this stream. Miguel said, damn, Zay said he's down 10 points in the championship. Fuck, bro. Miguel said, too bad Royal don't join in here so that you could play the Get That Cracker Off My Screen. Yeah, that's funny, bro. Shout out to the basement, man. Make sure y'all follow follow those guys over there. I love working with the basement, bro. It's always a good time doing post game with them. How did the Canes not make the playoffs? Bro, don't even get me started, dog. You had potentially the best championship or the best quarterback in program history. You don't even make the damn playoffs, bro. Oh my God! At least you in the Pop-Tart Bowl. I see you down the animated planet, bro. That shit sucks, dog. Like, how do you? Okay, the Hurricanes have had some okay defenses over the last few years. Obviously, in 2017, the defense was amazing, boy. You had the turnover chain. You had Manny Diaz leading that unit. You had my guy Shaquille Quarterman. You had Jaquan Johnson. You had Sheldrick Redwine. The list goes on. And that defense was amazing. If you would have had that defense on this team, that's easy championships. But we don't even need that level of a defense. We just need a competent defense. And maybe this team could have won the championship. That's how good Cam Ward is. That's how good this offense was. They were unstoppable. But the defense was not only bad, it was incompetent. And that's how you don't make the playoffs, dog. It's just pathetic. As we got another sub, let's go, baby. Appreciate you, man. I like to get hyped when y'all do it just to show you how much I support y'all. What else we got here? TSK, what up, bro? I see you down there. Zach Broward Gang from Broward 2. Yeah, man, I went to Nova High School in Davie. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that area, but that's where I used to hoop for sure. Yeah, TKS said the Hurricanes had a great record, but 2 losses, they don't make it. Seems rigged. I don't know. I mean, if Alabama would have made it, that would have been some BS, but they didn't, so I don't know. I don't know. It just sucks because when are the Hurricanes going to get back to that? When are they going to get another Cam Ward? Probably never. Now you got Emory Williams next year. He played the second half of that Pop-Tart Bowl and did not look good. I'm not writing him off by any means, but it's just hard to get excited about as a Hurricanes fan at this point. But anyways, that's all I got to say for this live stream. We've been talking for 2 hours, y'all. I gave y'all an extra hour than I said I was going to. But, I mean, y'all deserve it, man. Y'all seriously the best fans on the internet. I greatly appreciate it. I might record another video tonight. I kind of want to react to this thread that Brady Hawk put out about Tyler Herro because it was a great thread. And I haven't reacted to one of his threads in a while and kind of shared my thoughts. So I kind of want to do that video. If I find some time to do that tonight, I will. It's already 11 p.m. I don't want to stay up too late. But if not, I'll see y'all because tomorrow I'm doing New Year's Eve stuff. So happy New Year's Eve to y'all. And then we have the next game Wednesday versus the Pelicans. Yes, so that'll be my next post game. And as Miguel says, make sure to subscribe, hit the like, because all that support is greatly appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. So that being said, I'll see you on the next time. Peace out.